Hi, my name is Maria Valverde and I'm a third-year chemical and biomolecular engineering student, and this is my video for Physics 2212. And the lecture that I went to was Tech Talks, and it was on Monday, March 24th. Yeah, it was the Monday after spring break. And so Tech Talks involves like a lot of people talking, not just one. And you have PhD students, you have undergraduates, you have graduate students, and even professors talking. And they all link science, society, and humanity. And they link these three subjects. And what do they mean to us? So, with these three topics, we can think about engineering. Because if you think of engineering, it is a gap between science and society. But the most important aspect about engineering is that it makes our life easier. If you think about it, just think about your normal day. You wake up because the alarm sounds, then you go take a shower, then you go get breakfast, you eat, and let's say you make yourself an egg, you eat it, then you go to the car and you get in it, and then you go to whatever destination you have to go, work, school, whatever. So if you think of it, you wake up because of an alarm. An alarm has to do with science because it is driven by electricity usually, and electricity was done by science. You take a shower, and the way that you're getting water, the way that you can turn the lights on, it's all due to electricity. You also go and eat breakfast and you make yourself an egg. Grills, microwaves, anything you use have all to do with science. And then you get into your car. It has a motor, and that means that you're using science. Imagine using horses. It could take you places, but it would last so much longer. So yeah, what does science do? It makes our life so much easier. So it is very crucial for everything we do. And if you think about it, one of our professors talked about what would you think is the most important thing that science has created, and a transistor. Okay, so a transistor is a semiconductor device used to amplify and switch electronic signals and electrical power. Without a transistor, we wouldn't have cell phones. Our computers would be like huge, like they would be like this big, and we wouldn't have anything. He even told us that the only thing on Earth that exists more than transistors are ants. There's more transistors than people. Like every cell phone has to have transistors, everything. So our life without transistors would be nothing. And if you think of it, that's what's so incredible about engineering and science and humanities, is because we've seen nature and we've tried to create our own things by engineering. So that's what makes science important. It defines us in the way that we use it in every day. Like you couldn't fly an airplane without science. Like there's Bernoulli equation. There's many things that help us. Like, okay, so everything that you use every day. So think now, everyone has cell phones, almost everyone. And imagine 100 years ago, how would you communicate with a person? You would have to write a letter, and you'd have to give it to someone, and that person would take it to, like in a horse, he would go and deliver it, and it would take days. Now it takes seconds to get your message across. So imagine life is much easier due to engineering. Engineering helps us a lot, and like this, when he told us that, I even like started thinking about engineering. And I remember that day I went back home and I started combing my hair, and I was like, well, a comb doesn't really have to do engineering. But then I thought, making the comb involves engineering because it involves factories and it involves production. So anything that has production is engineering, and that's science that humanity uses, because engineering is the gap between science and society. Thank you very much. So that's what I learned, and I hope you guys enjoyed learning about how I saw science and society. And it was a very interesting lecture. If there's another one, I think I would go, and everyone should go, because it's seen everyone's different points of views, and it's very interesting.